Yeah, this is exactly the problem, and you're clocking it correctly. Claressa Shields keeps addressing everything except the actual questions her real fans are asking. When she went live, instead of grounding the conversation in her boxing career, her training, her strategy, or even the state of the fight promotion, she zeroed in on the blogs, the mess, and the noise. That alone tells you where her head is at right now. Because let's be real, I didn't see her address Papoose and Remy Ma in any meaningful way. I didn't see her address where Papoose was during the holidays. I didn't see her address where he was on that recent NYC trip. I didn't see her address calling into shows, pretending to be someone else and outing herself. All of that conveniently got skipped. What did she address? Rumors about ticket sales, bloggers, vague haters, surface-level chatter that's already circulating everywhere. That's deflection, plain and simple. And shout out to Mr. Skinny TV, because those TikTok clips really put a spotlight on how unbalanced this whole thing looks. When you watch them back to back, it's almost comedic. She's reacting to headlines instead of controlling her narrative. And that's exactly what happens when someone doesn't have a real PR team or a seasoned manager steering the ship. The irony is, Claressa could shut a lot of this down by doing the opposite. Stay offline, train, promote the fight cleanly, answer real questions once, clearly, and move on. But instead, she's chasing the discourse. And when someone is constantly chasing the discourse, it signals insecurity, especially for an athlete at her level. What makes it worse is that her actual fans aren't asking for chaos. They're asking about her preparation, the legitimacy of the promotion, the status of the event, her long-term boxing legacy. And instead, they're getting live stream rants and half-addressed talking points. At this point, it doesn't even feel like critics versus Claressa. It feels like Claressa versus clarity. And that's why these clips are funny, but also concerning. Because when you're this close to a major fight, the priority shouldn't be bloggers, it should be the ring.
Claressa Shields explains why she was eating sushi off a naked woman.
Why was you eating off that lady body that was laying on the table? Or you must be one of those people fans. It was a surprise birthday. I mean, it was a surprise signing party for me for my $8 million deal. And the woman was part of the decor. And they decided to have, I guess she got paid to lay on a table and people eat sushi off of her. I mean, I don't know, it was the first time for me. I thought it was pretty cool.
And let's be clear, she keeps claiming she's just a fan of certain people. Well, I already told y'all that Geisha 305 was the one who broke this story first, had the footage, and had the receipts to back it up. But the funny part is, this wasn't even hidden. The images were right there on Getty Images. This wasn't some secret underground leak. The woman being used as the food platter, she's literally documented. So I'm confused when she tries to play the "I'm just a fan of those people" card. What this really shows is that she clearly has a running list, checking it twice, of every content creator she believes is either pro-Claressa Shields or anti-Claressa Shields. But at the end of the day, the irony is that most people are actually rooting for her. She's the one doing the self-inflicted damage online. And because she keeps embarrassing herself publicly, people are going to talk about it. And here's the part that doesn't sit right with me. You do all this talking about God, faith, and righteousness, but none of this behavior feels godly at all. Then on top of that, you slipped up and said this was a surprise birthday party. But hold on, last time I checked, your birthday is March 17th. It's not in November. That inconsistency matters. That's what happens when someone is crashing out emotionally. When you're that upset, that rattled, your thoughts get scrambled. Your process isn't clear. Your mind isn't centered. And that's not the mental space you want to be in when you have an upcoming fight, not even close. Instead of locking in, you're hyper-focused on what people are saying online. And then you try to cover it up. You mask it by flexing designer purchases. You mask it by bragging about views and impressions across platforms you're getting paid to post on. You try to distract from the real issue. But the problem is, you can't control the narrative once it's out there. You can't control what everyone else is saying. And on top of all that, she even went after another YouTuber. She came at Punch drunk boxing, throwing shots, calling him light-skinned, just reckless comments, all because she clearly has an issue there. At this point, it's just turning into chaos. There's one more clip we need to get into from Mr. Skinny TV, and after that, we're gonna break it all down and give a reaction.
Biscuit.
On 7997. First of all, I'm not mean-spirited, and I was literally joking when I was talking about that I would piece Pap up. I wasn't talking about really putting my hands on him. Like, stop it. Stop it. Y'all is doing way too much. Like, that man is from Brooklyn. You think he don't let a woman hit him? Be quiet, please. That makes no sense.
Not a toothpaste and a biscuit. And once again, shout out to Mr. Skinny TV because I truly cannot with this situation. First of all, Claressa Shields keeps insisting she's not mean-spirited, as if we haven't all watched her go off online, cussing people out left and right in bloggers' DMs. She's been back and forth with everybody, Geisha 305, Tasha K, Punch Drunk Boxing, Mr. Skinny TV, it's a long list. Yet somehow she wants us to believe she's not mean-spirited. She's been disrespectful toward Layla Ali, disrespectful toward Remy, but still claims she's not mean-spirited. She's gone so far as to suggest her so-called haters are all light-skinned black women, but again, according to her, she's sweet, humble, and harmless, a genuinely kind person, right? Then she tried to walk back what she said about Papoose, claiming she didn't mean it in a violent way, that she wasn't implying anything physical, but that's not how it came across at all. The energy in that video wasn't playful. I didn't hear her say, "I'm just joking," or "I'm just hyping myself up." What I heard was, "I'm on smoke right now. Anybody can get these hands." That was the tone. That was the vibe. She was angry, and the reason she was angry is simple. That day, Papoose wasn't upstairs. He wasn't at the gym playing trainer. He wasn't around her. He was still in New York with Remy Ma or whoever else, anyone not named Claressa Shields, and that's what really set her off. Because when Papoose isn't around, she has no control, no authority, and now it's gotten to the point where even when he is around, he doesn't want to be seen, unless it's for carefully selected boxing footage they send to the shade room. And we talked about this already, but here she goes again, chomping at the bit, talking with food in her mouth, even though she previously said she wouldn't do that anymore. But she can't help herself. She's a walking contradiction. Now suddenly she's cooking all this food after that cringe video where she had Papoose raid her cooking, food he didn't even finish. And now that he's back in town, he's not eating her food at all. Instead, he's ordering Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. He's having someone else cook for him and deliver it to whatever Airbnb they're staying in. And what makes it even stranger? Claressa didn't even get up to grab the food. She sent her friend to get it and told her, "Oh yeah, that's for Papoose." The same friend she had just been yelling at earlier. The same friend who was asking how he likes his eggs. Now that friend is carrying food he ordered, food Claressa didn't cook, upstairs to his room, down the hall, to the left. Make it make sense. But we're the haters, right? We're the bullies. We're attacking her, when in reality all anyone is doing is reacting to what she is putting out there. If Claressa Shields truly wanted all of this to stop, she would step away from the internet. She'd log off. But the truth is, she's addicted to the spotlight. She thrives on attention. She loves people talking about her. That's why she keeps bragging about millions of views, about going viral for days at a time, yet she only selectively addresses certain topics while ignoring the real issues. And she really seems to think people are stupid, like folks don't have discernment, like people don't have connections, like nobody knows anyone or has sources quietly saying, "This ain't it." But instead of listening, she doubles down. She keeps forcing this narrative and playing in people's faces. So when she keeps bringing this mess to the internet is going to respond. That's just how it works. You put foolishness in front of people, they're going to talk about it. It's not personal. It's the nature of the beast. But the reality is, this is affecting her personally. Her mental focus is off. Instead of locking in for her fight, she's locked in on comments, reactions, and who's talking next. She spins narratives without receipts, cherry-picks what she wants to respond to, and pretends she's unbothered, but she's clearly rattled. She can't control the internet, but she could have taken a break a long time ago. She refuses to do that.
so she keeps bringing the chaos, and people keep responding to the chaos. Simple as that. And with that said, that's it. That's all. As we now know, this bonito is done. End of the road, end of the line for this video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're alerted when new content drops. And I'll talk to you again very soon.